All right, good morning, everyone. We'll get started here for our routine weekly briefing covering the period today through Sunday. Meteorologist Andrew Cran here with the Weather Service in Raleigh. We have actually a lot to talk about this week, so we won't waste any time. We'll go ahead and get to it. So key points really for the next couple of days at least, maybe even later into the week, is we have extreme heat that is in effect pretty much through at least the middle of the week, but even some lingering impacts into the upcoming weekend. Pretty anomalous and strong high pressure will favor this extended period of heat and humidity with heat indices between 105 and 112 degrees. It looks like the hottest days are going to be tomorrow and potentially even on Wednesday, as well as today. Storm chances also will exist Tuesday and primarily, especially Wednesday. This is one of those scenarios where we have low confidence, but the potential exists for pretty high impact severe events. So that's something we're looking at very closely as well. Heat index values, they will dip just a few degrees on Thursday into the weekend, but really those heat and health related impacts are likely going to continue as temperatures stay well above normal through the foreseeable future. As we go into the weekend, we'll have your typical diurnally driven, isolated to scattered storms possible each and every day. It's going to be more of those typical summertime storms that happen. Today we have a heat advisory that is in effect for all of central North Carolina that goes through Tuesday morning, with obviously heat index values today between 100 and 109 degrees. Those temperatures will likely cause some heat related illnesses. So we do advise to drink plenty of fluids, stay out of the sun, and check on relatives and neighbors. Tomorrow through Wednesday, right now we have an extreme heat watch that is in effect for heat index values up to 112 possible. This product will likely get upgraded either to an advisory or an extreme heat warning for portions of the area. So you'll want to stay tuned later today or tonight to see what potential new products get issued. This is kind of when we are expecting the hottest temperatures to be during this period, and can be deadly for those without effective cooling. Drink plenty of fluids, stay out of the sun, seek air conditioning or a cooling center if possible, as well as take care of those pets and check on any relatives or neighbors, especially those that are in the vulnerable populations. On here is basically showing the maximum heat indices for today, Monday on the left, and for Tuesday on the right. The highest heat indices largely looking into tomorrow, but today anywhere from 103, 104 in the triad, up to 110 along the coastal plain, 107 in Raleigh, and on Tuesday, large areas of 110 from the triangle towards the coastal plain, up to 105 in the triad. So pretty hot temperatures to start this week. And then by midweek on Wednesday, anywhere from 104, 105 to almost 108 for the heat index, with the highest values still triangle and to the points east along the I-95 corridor. We did post this in a briefing earlier this morning, so just a couple of reminders as well. So during the heat wave, just to drink plenty of water, avoid alcohol if you can. Electrolytes can really help protect against heat stress, being that sodium content in the actual electrolytes. Apply sunscreen, lightweight, loose-fitted clothing, as well as taking breaks in the shade, especially those that work outside. And then most of us tend to forget, but we have vulnerable populations, pregnant women, newborns, children, the elderly, and those with any chronic illnesses tend to be more susceptible to having heat-related impacts, health-related impacts from this dangerous heat. Accumulated precipitation for the next 5 days, it's really going to be hit or miss. A storm that does move over the area, it's going to have the potential to produce a heavy downpour and locally heavy rainfall. But broadly speaking, 5-day total anywhere from a 1/4 inch to maybe a 1/2 inch, with the highest amounts basically towards the western Piedmont Triad, southern Piedmont, western Sandhills. But there's really low confidence in where the storms will occur. So I would say, don't put a high stock in the actual forecast values, but there could be very localized areas with a huge amount of rain compared to some areas that may not see anything. Severe thunderstorm potential, in addition to the heat for this week, there's a threat for showers and storms Tuesday and Wednesday, and I'll get more into that here shortly. The impact could be high, but right now our confidence is fairly low. And then as we go into the weekend, we're not outlooked, but we are going to see some typical summertime showers and storms that will be possible Thursday into Sunday. So we have some new guidance that we've been looking at in the last 6 months to a year. A lot of people have started to notice that artificial intelligence is starting to play a role in our lives. It's playing a role in our forecasting lives as well. This is courtesy of the National Center for Atmospheric Research. And essentially, it's a bunch of guidance just as we look at different model data. But in this case, it's tailored to look at severe thunderstorm potential. And the graphics on what I'm showing here is for Tuesday on the left and Wednesday on the right. Essentially, what you see in the highlighted region over the Carolinas, we're looking at the severe weather guidance that is hinting at a potential strong to severe storms Tuesday and especially Wednesday. The signal is highest on Wednesday across the Carolinas. Damaging winds and hail would be the main threats, especially on Wednesday. So overall, very low confidence, but there's going to be very high instability over the area because the temperatures will be close to the century mark. In addition, there could be a subtle disturbance or boundary over the area. So right now, even though our confidence is low, the threat does exist that if something were to develop, it could lead to explosive thunderstorm development for severe straight line winds. So you'll just have to stay tuned as we get closer to that period. Right now, low confidence, but we do want to at least make sure everyone's aware that there could be a pretty high impact event over portions of the area on Wednesday. Going into the Atlantic, actually there's something to talk about, although no impacts to land. Hurricane Center is monitoring an area of showers and storms 600 miles east of Bermuda. No threat to our area, but it is out there and worth mentioning. 8 to 14-day temperature and precipitation outlook. Unfortunately, it looks like we're going to stay well above normal with a 50 to 70% chance of above normal temperatures and just a slight uptick, 30 to 40% chance of seeing above normal precipitation, kind of that typical summertime showers and storms. Graphical hazards, largely went over it in the previous slides. Severe thunderstorm chance Tuesday, but primarily on Wednesday. Lightning threat pretty much each day, Tuesday onward. And then we have that extreme heat into midweek and lingering impacts likely to stay around through the weekend. Weather summary, we have that extreme heat in effect through midweek with heat indices between 105 and 112. We'll have those storm chances Tuesday and especially Wednesday, potential high impact but low confidence. Heat index values will dip a few degrees Thursday into the weekend, but heat health threats will continue. And then we'll have those showers and storm chances each and every day, Thursday through Sunday, but a lot of areas will see dry time. Hazards and impacts, we have that heat advisory for all of central North Carolina today, the extreme heat watch Tuesday through Wednesday that may get upgraded later today or tonight, and then that severe threat as I talked about earlier.